Okay, good. All right, so good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning.
Today I'm going to be talking about relocation, okay? Relocation is something that you have learned about in your book, and I'm going to give you a brief guide with some extra information. So, what is it? Relocation, also known as moving, is a process of vacating a fixed location, such as a residence or business, and settling in a different one. A move can be to a nearby location or to a much further location in a different city or country. Can anyone here raise your hand if you have ever relocated? If you've ever moved to a different city or country? If you've moved from Toledo to Madrid? Or Madrid to England for a little bit, maybe. Okay, so we got a few hands. Thank you. Yes, so I actually have relocated a few times. I've relocated from the United States to China and also from the United States to Spain. So there's a lot of things to think about and a lot of reasons to relocate. So, main reasons for relocation. We have a few photos right here. We have a beach, we have a man with money, we have some people surfing at the beach, and we have a happy family. So reason number one for relocation, job opportunities. That, we have the photo with the man and the money. Job opportunities often mean more money or business potential. So that is one good reason to relocate. That is why I have relocated to China and to Spain. Yes, because I had job opportunities. Next, retirement. I'm not quite there yet, but one day when I am, I don't know, hopefully 55, probably 70, retiring, hopefully I will move to a beach that looks something like this. I will relocate. Next, family reasons. Maybe all of my family lives in Buffalo, and I might eventually want to relocate back there for good. Maybe there's someone with health problems that I want to be closer with, and I would also relocate for that family reason. So here we have a happy family in the sunset. And last, we have adventure. And for that, I have a photo of people surfing near the city. Adventure, you can move because of better weather. Maybe they offer things like surfing or skydiving or parasailing or things that you cannot do in the place that you are. An adventure, for me, when I went to go and teach in Italy, that was like an adventure because I got to experience the food, the culture, the beaches, the people, and it was all wonderful. So, when you are relocating, there are a few legal issues that you need to think about. First question is, do you need a visa? And the answer is probably yes. Many countries require expats to apply for a visa or a work permit to live in their territory. So, unless if you're staying for less than 90 days and planning to work illegally, you need to have a work visa. If you want to work legally and you want to stay more than 90 days. Sometimes your job will help you get a visa, and that is very nice. For the auxiliary program, they gave me all of the steps that I needed to take. It was a very, very long process, but I got it. If you are retiring, going for adventure, or family reasons, then getting a visa will probably be a bit more difficult. Living in Buffalo, we don't have very many embassies. So I had to go to New York City for both my Spanish visa and my Chinese visa. So that was a lot of fun, but a good excuse to go on vacation. And the next question, do I have to pay taxes? Some countries have treaties that allow you to pay taxes only in the country where you obtain your income. Unfortunately for me, being from the United States, I think we're one of the only countries that has to pay income in both places. So even if I receive my money in China or Spain, I still have to pay taxes in the United States as well as China or Spain. However, there are always loopholes. So I had to figure this out while I was living in China. I would have to pay way too much money in taxes, and I had to stay out of the country for 180 days, and that way I wouldn't have to pay taxes to the United States government. So it's completely legal, but it took a lot of research and talking to people to figure out. So taxes are a huge thing to be considered, especially if you're working. Security and health. So the first thing is some countries require vaccinations before you enter their territory. Before coming to Spain, I did not have to get any vaccinations, but before going to China, I did, and I think Asia, Africa, and some parts of South America, you do need to get vaccinations to keep yourself healthy and safe. Also, health insurance is something to look into, especially for you guys. You're lucky and you're very used to having your nice health insurance for everyone. The United States, if you relocate there, that will be an extra expense that you have to pay attention to because it could be very expensive if your job doesn't help you. And last, security. You should always follow the advice of your embassy's website on potential threats and warnings. So you should always be aware of what is going on. Watch the news, make sure there aren't any threats, and just be aware. Next, I have housing. So before moving or relocating to a new place, you must come up with information about the different housing options in the new place where you will be living. So when I came to Madrid, I knew I would not be living in a boat or in a house or something like that. I knew that most people in Madrid live in flats. And then I had to decide what kind of housing I wanted, or really what I could afford, honestly. What I want and what I can afford are a little bit different sometimes. These included shared apartments, houses, condos, studios, etc. Of course, a shared apartment financially is the best decision, and that's what I went with. And I like it. It was a great way to meet people and get in a good neighborhood. And last, one must budget for unexpected issues such as deposits, amenities, and agency fees. So budgeting for when you first arrived. I think as you remember, I was homeless in Madrid for about 3 weeks trying to find an apartment, and that cost a lot of money, which I did not budget for. And you know, it was unexpected. So also deposits, your security deposit, amenities that you have in your buildings, and also agency fees. I was so desperate by the end of those 3 weeks that I ended up hiring a broker to help me find an apartment, and it was worth it. But again, another unexpected fee. And last, I have transportation. And one must figure out the distances they will be traveling on a daily basis and what the most convenient means of transportation will be. These options can include public transportation, car, scooter, bike, and more. So when moving to Madrid, I chose public transportation, again for financial reasons, but also because public transportation here is so good. The metro, the bus. I also just recently got a bike card, and that's awesome. It's super convenient, and it gets me from place to place. However, if I was living in a place that was more rural or did not have as good of a transportation system, then I would probably have to get a car or a scooter because it would be necessity. And that's it. So thank you for listening to my lecture, and I hope you learned about relocation.